Let's get scratching.
Hey guys, welcome to Airsoft Riot. I'm Striker and I've got my buddy BJ here with me. We're gonna be heading over to Victorville, California to the next Milsim West event. This is what I've got for my gear, all right? I'm gonna be traveling on the plane and this is everything that I'm gonna be bringing with me. This is my rucksack and this is gonna be, it's mostly just my my media bag. So for my uniform, this is what I'm going with. And BJ, you've got the same thing.
Absolutely.
What do you think about it?
I think they're fantastic, especially for the price. The shipping was amazing. We've worn them, Striker's worn them at events in the past. I've worn mine at local games, and I love them. They're the ultimate for Milsim West, because if you're gonna be in clothing for 40 hours, they're super comfortable.
Dude, they're like pajamas.
Yeah.
Also get a second pair, always get a second pair, especially in like Victorville, there's metal everywhere. You might rip your pants and you're gonna want something to replace those with.
Yeah, you don't want to be at a 40-hour event with your ass hanging out.
Exactly. So let's start with real quick with my media bag. This right here is my Schmersh. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Schmersh?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
I love this because literally, I mean, this is the backpack that goes onto the back of it. And I'm not gonna unpack this right now, but you'll see some clips of it. But the whole harness, everything fits inside of here. That's after you take out the mags and your radio and everything, you can get the whole thing in here and then you can fit it into a bag.
It's truly Russian kit, all rolled up into one bag, because it's a harness system that has the butt pouch, mag pouches, grenade pouches, utility pouches on it, and it's all inclusive. It all comes in this one bag.
But let's go ahead and look at my primary. It's my AK. This AK, it's a SEMA, but it also has upgrades by Bloomy's Airsoft, and you'll see another video about him if you want to get into it. The link will be down in the description below. He does really good work, and I only trust him to get my airsoft guns ready for Milsim West.
Absolutely.
So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get into the rucksack.
So I want to ask you, so I know both of us used to run the ILBE system, which was a NATO system used by the United States Marines.
Yeah.
They were wonderful. We both started in Milsim with that. They were affordable. Why did you switch over to the 511 Tactical?
For one, the ILBE was heavier. And also very unorganized. It was just one big pocket, really.
Right.
You could add some more pockets and stuff, but with everything that it comes with, it's just, I can get to my helmet, my sleeping bag right here. I don't need to dig through the whole thing to get to it.
Right.
I'm very, very happy with the quality. It's very, very strong fabric. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into the rucksack. One thing that I like about this is this pocket right here. So when you arrive at the event, you have to do check-in, all right? You don't have to pull everything out, but with my old bag, the ILBE, I had to pull everything out to get to my sleeping bag.
Right, it was always on the bottom.
Yeah, look at this. This is nice. I'm in my sleeping bag.
Right.
I love that. I love that feature. And then I've also been able to put my helmet right in there as well. So no more of getting everything out. I went with a more compact sleeping bag, and I think you got something about this size as well.
Pretty similar. They're slightly bigger, but yeah, we both started out with a larger sleeping bag, and it just, once you go to, you get into better hiking gear as you accumulate more gear over the years as you do Milsim, it's super important to just have that room in your bag.
For my helmet, I went ahead and just, since I'm going Russian, I spray painted it green. Just to match the color.
I have a couple that are very similar, and instead of the paint job for them, I'm just gonna put camo netting. A lot of the equipment that we have, we're repurposing from NATO to Russian, and it works just fine.
Okay, so here's my sleeping mattress. Just went with a blow up one, just so I can save on space.
Right, and I'm going with a little bit lighter weight. This one here, mine are compact inflatable mattresses. You will have to blow them up. This is self-inflating, correct? Like to where if you just open the valve, it'll slowly
No, I got blow on.
You got to blow on. Well, there's that. But anyways, mine are super compact, but they're a lot lighter material. And Victorville is kind of famous for debris. So
Yeah.
we are hoping to, you know, not pop them on the first night, but we'll see how this goes.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with the top and make our way down. Everything that I put into the top is stuff that I want to get out pretty quickly. So I've got my ear pro in there. I've got my sock for my head, and then my boonie. I really like this boonie. I also got this on Gray Shop, but I don't think they sell them anymore. But it's really thin fabric, and it's got some webbing that you can put stuff through as well. And then headlamp. My spare backup tourniquet. I've gone to Milsim West events where I've lost my tourniquet that they've had, so it's always good to have a backup one, if you have one. So when you go to a Milsim West event, save those. And then my medical card, I put that up here because I know that they're gonna ask for it for check-in. I'm gonna have it right here, it's gonna be ready. And then here's some red items that people do not think about, but trash bags. All right, I fold them up and they're nice, compact, right up in there.
You will, on the last day, be required to pick up your entire encampment and leave no footprint before you leave. So
exactly.
it does happen, and you need to make sure you happen. They are a red item.
All right, so let's go ahead and go over what's in the front here. And these are mostly my small items that I have. Most of the stuff is gonna go into my chest rig as well. So another red item, pen and paper or pencil. I like to use the waterproof ones. That way if it rains, it'll still be good. Down here, I have my spare batteries. I always keep them in a plastic bag. I buy my AAAs, my AA's, everything that I've got. I've got spare batteries for everything here. Then my multi-tool, always have a multi-tool. I've used it a lot. It's nice to have. And then this is my Garmin 601. There goes my ID.
Oh boy.
BJ, you just recently got one of these.
Correct, yeah, and I ran a Garmin Rhino 650 for years for all kinds of purposes. They're great, they're fantastic, they got a lot of nice features. These are just always accessible, and they're very easy to use at night as well, you know, in night ops.
Another thing, what I really like about them is being able to read the MGRS on them. And if you don't know how to use MGRS, there's another link in the description of one of my videos that I go over how to use MGRS. MGRS is very nice to have for Milsim West, the knowledge for it. So if you want to check that out, go down there and check it out. Okay, so next is my bag. I like to keep my toothbrush, my medicine, deodorant. This is just like a little travel size bag that I got from Walmart. And I even got some hand warmers in there. I really highly recommend getting something like this. That way you can put all your personal stuff in there. Okay, so that's everything in this front pocket that I have. So all my bigger stuff is going to be in the main pouch. Another thing I like about this bag from the IOBE, you just had this like top open, all right? This completely folds open like this, and I love it. In this bag, I've got all my my other clothing. So I got my socks, my underwear, my backup uniform, all of that fits into this small compact thing.
Is this a surplus compression sack?
Yes.
Yeah, I run the same thing, and they're great. They're like, you can find them at the local surplus store for really cheap, and they're pretty durable.
And then a backup mic, just in case something happens with my headset or my PTT button. Now, here's a little tip and trick that you and I got from one of Leah's videos. If you haven't watched Unicorn Leah, watch some of her videos. She's got a lot of good tricks on there too. But yeah, so what you do is you just take some paper or some newspaper out, you crumple it, and you just stuff it in your boots. So when you go to sleep, and then once you wake, or when you wake up, they're completely dry. It's amazing how they do it. I will always carry newspaper with me to every event, just in case. At the bottom here is my Bivy. I love this thing. I bring this to most of the events that I go to.
I would really rather sleep in the pouring rain than I would sleep in a puddle. And that's the most important things about those, is they will keep the water, if the water accumulates underneath you, it'll keep it off you.
Another required item, obviously, is your food. So what I do is I bring 2 breakfasts for my lunch and dinner, your basic mountain houses. What I do not have is the stove. The reason is because BJ is bringing his stove. There's no reason for me to bring a stove and him to bring a stove. So I can save some space from that as well. Another thing, like item that we do that with is like binoculars. I don't need to bring a pair and he doesn't need to bring a pair. Only one of us need to bring a pair, so.
And if you're the guy with the stove, you stand the chance of making a lot of money at an event like this because nobody wants to eat freeze-dried food.
That's very true.
Right, so.
In my side pouches, I got 2 side pouches. These side pouches actually come with the 511 rucksack. I've got my hand warmers and my toe warmers. I don't know if you've seen on the weather, it's going to be like in the 40s. So,
which is plenty cold if you're sleeping out on the hard ground at night, you know, with just a small sleeping bag or whatever.
For traveling purposes, since I have my Schmersh packed up, I've got to pack up my radio as well. This is a TCA 152. I love this radio. If you ever get a chance to purchasing one of these off of eBay or from somebody at Milsim West that has an extra one, I'd definitely go for it. Also, I've got my PTT button and I've got my extension for my antenna. That way my antenna's not sticking up right here. I can actually wire my antenna to the back. And then for my other pouch is my belt. Another required item is my rain jacket. So this is just a poncho, and this will do for your wet weather gear. My safety glasses, sometimes I bring an extra pair. Inside of here is just my my clear ones, because, well, that's another item people usually forget is your clear ones. You're gonna want your clear ones for when it gets dark. All right, so that's everything from here. This is everything that I'm bringing. This is everything that is required and it's gonna make me feel comfortable. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions, type them down in the description below. Do you wanna add anything?
No, just check out Bloomy's Airsoft on Facebook and Instagram. He's a great guy, great company, does great work.
Awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you out there.